Hello everyone, as you can see on my screen, there is a home page for the application which actually generates the synthetic data for LLM Abuse Detection Engine. And it was really important for you to understand how did I get an idea to build this application by my own, right? As you can see on this screen, we have three tabs: data generation and bunch of configuration. Then we have a data validation, which actually validate the data which we have generated based on the standard recommendation and the intelligent way to assess the quality of a data through which we are either going to train the machine learning language model or we are going to fine tune the large language model. The third tab is Adversarial Auto-Tuner. What it does is based on the F1 score for the data set, how we get the F1 score? We have a model classification methodology in which we fed the generated data and extract the F1 score, and we try to improve the F1 score for the various categories so that at the end we're gonna have a quality data set through which we can train our model in a more intelligent, effective way. Right. So now the question comes into the mind, how did I get this idea? Did I plan for this idea? No, I haven't. It was just a progressive elaboration for the different plan altogether, right? So this was the application which is the primary goal for me to build, which is LLM Abuse Detection Engine. So I started this with a rule-based engine where you can ask before, asking to the large language model, you can put this barrier, this application in front of a user so that whenever user give a prompt, it will be analyzed whether that prompt is safe to just send it to the large language model or not. Right. So since it's a rule-based engine, so I felt that we have to increase the intelligence by having either a machine learning language model or the large language model top of this rule-based detection so that we can make it more intelligent and more foolproof for the future threats as well, which we haven't captured so far. Because in rule-based engine, you can just only put the rule based on what kind of threats has already been happened, but which are not happened. We really need to rely on the machine learning language and the large language model, right? So now we know that if we really want to train our machine learning language model or we want to fine tune our large language model, then these are the four problematic keys. So the very first thing is getting a cybersecurity data. The good quality is very expensive and no one wants to share that because that is the proprietary information based on which the product actually gets, built. And it's not easily available. The second one is for the emerging threats. So we all know the fast pace of AI technology and tool development, right? There can be a number of ways through which these threats are going to be emerge exponentially in the near future, right? And which we cannot understand with the existing data. Third one is if we have a data, if we are generating a data artificially like this application does, if we don't have a proper validation, it is not going to give us the appropriate and the expected result from the trained model. So we really need to have a very sophisticated validation which can assure that the quality of data is really good. Last but not the least, we know the kind of volume of data we need to train the large language model and the machine learning language model. Manually, you cannot fine tune that, right? So these are the problems which actually gave me the idea to build this application because we really need a high quality data for training machine learning language model and the large language model. So this is the entire story. How did I get the idea to build this application? I'm really happy to see the progress I made on this. And this is really a very awesome application which can generate, not only generate the data, but can validate the data based on the most sophisticated and intelligent way of doing it. So let's me just quickly show you how it is actually going to do that. Right. So if you want to just get the detail of this data generation to understand this configuration, you can just watch my video. You can get the link in that description as well as on the right top of the screen. So right now it is going to generate 250 records of data. The safe ratio is like 40%, meaning the 40% data population would be in a positive outcome and the 60% is the negatively outcome, which is actually going to predict the negative scenario. perturbation rate and the paraphrasing, it is just to give some context through which you can just do the manipulation of the large language model. It's kind of, just, obfuscating your intention, negative intention with, the positive, message, so that, the large language model will not understand whether your intention is malicious or not. So if you click on this, it is going to generate the data with the various categories, right? Now, if you just come here in a data validation, click on upload, and this is the latest data which we got. So we can upload here, and then we can see the data categorization as well, how much data we have for each category. We can hide that, and now we can click on this validate all metrics. Now it is just doing multiple stage validation. Now we can see the final wording. Good quality. The data set is well structured and effective for training. We can see the uniqueness, we can see the semantic analysis, we can see the balance of the different categories, So there are two strategies which I used from the machine learning model, this binary learnability and the multi-class learnability, or the classification. And we can see the F1 score. For the binary, it's very good, 0.97, but when it comes to the multi-class classification, then it's 0.783, which is not very good, and we should not be very confident, right? Same thing here, the further analysis based on which this final verdict is concluded, data quality and distribution. You can just see the very precise information. These are the validation which we are doing. You can see the accuracy, average F1 score as well, and some good recommendation at the end. So it means that for when it comes to the multi-classification, this is not really good. And that is where this adversarial auto-tuner, which is nothing but it's a just self-correction loop when we are going to generate the data, right? So if you click on this, here you can see what is the initial database size and how many number of loops you want to put your data set with the validation, so that at the end, you're just gonna get the quality data set, right? So let's start with the 200 first. And we have two cycles. So let's quickly do this. So it started with creating a 200 records. Then it just do the validation and figure it out which category of data is not being properly identified by the multi-class categorization machine learning language model. So we find that harassment, misconfiguration, and illegal activity, where we have F1 score first two categories 0, which is not good, and then illegal activity is 0 point, because we want this F1 score to be more closer to 1, so that we have a less false negative one. Then it generated another loop by adding 100 more records with 300, and then it's tried to see what's the outcome now. Then it sees that, okay, now the earlier categories has removed, but now we get this hate speech, privacy violation, and the spam, right? And then the last one. So it seems like still it is improving from the previous stage, but it is not. Now it is introducing a few more, right? But this time, if you just see, the additional categories is having a higher F1 score. So it means that the quality of data set has been increased a little bit, but not up to the mark. What you can do, you can increase this to 5 and then just read on this. Okay, now we can see what is the first cycle: harmful content, misinformation, and social engineering. And the next thing is we can see harassment, privacy violation is just increased, and the social engineering is also increased. But here it's what 0.67, but it is 0.5. Now we can see here the privacy violation F1 score is 0.8, spam is 0.8, system manipulation is 0.8, right? Now you can see, if you just see the trend, F1 score is keep getting increased, and eventually we just got, toxicity, which is 0.93, harmful content is 0.98, harassment is 1, and all the previously identified F1 score 0 is removed. It means that with having this more number of record of 700, we are able to just generate a data which is having a high quality, and it's automatically keep correcting. Now what we can do is we can go back to the data validation, and we can just try to use this 115008 to just put it here and see what we get now. Okay, so which one is this one? 115008. Let me just see this generate data. Now we can see now you can see how it is actually changed the population of the specific the category harassment, harmful content, and misinformation is the one which is just got identified in the very first cycle. And now you can see the volume of that data is actually got increased, right? Which is very, very good. And this is happening automatically by the just click of the button. We are not doing that. Now, if you just put the validation, it's going to take a little bit of time as compared to the earlier one, because earlier we were having only 250 records, but now we have a 700 records, right? So this is what is happening behind the scene. Now we can see all these kind of stuff. Now you can see the multi-class learnability, the F1 score is 0.98, which is close to 0.72 something. Right? So this is how you can not only generate the data, but you can validate the quality of data as well. And automatically you can increase the quality of data as well, so that whenever you are going to use this data to train your machine learning language model or to fine tune your large language model, you will get the best and the effective and the intelligent output of it. Right? So what's the learning here, right? Learning is, you have to keep doing a coding as much as possible, right? You don't have to wait to just have a full-fledged plan to start doing a coding, right? In my opinion, if you have an idea from day one, start doing a coding, just put the things together, because that actually gives you the more ideas, right? Rather than just keep thinking and putting your ideas in a notepad, right? So start doing a coding, and then you will understand, then you will get a lot of other ideas through which you can just not only make one product, maybe you can just build some supportive product, which is actually the need, rather than just thinking hypothetically that, okay, this product is required by the market, right? So both these products, right, is really something which is the need of the hour in today's world, right? So I keep adding a new functionality and keep sharing with you guys. If you guys are really interested in working with me for this kind of application, please reach out to me, give your interest in the comment and the suggestion box. Share this comment, and if you want to add some more intelligent based on your understanding in this application, feel free to share that with me. I would love to incorporate that, because I really want to make this application as intelligent as possible. Because if this application is going to give me the sophisticated, intelligent, validated data, this LLM abuse detection engine will be more powerful to just safeguard us against the emerging threat because of the AI. Thanks for watching this. If you really like this content, and if you are really interested to see such content in future, just please subscribe for my channel, give a like, and just hit a notification bell, so that whenever the new video will be published, you will get notified. That's it from my side for this video. If you have any, and as always, thanks for watching this. Stay healthy and keep learning new things.